So welcome to this video, and in this video we are flying 15 hours non-stop to Sydney from Doha Hamad International Airport, and I'm just about to board the aircraft. So hope you uh, sit back, enjoy, and please watch my journey into Sydney. The flight to Sydney was boarded from Gate C at Doha Airport. Thanks to the experienced staff at the gate, the boarding process went very smooth and efficiently. The flight that I am flying today is the Airbus A380, operated by Qatar Airways. In this flight, I opted to go with the front row seat at no additional charge compared to some other airline that I fly with. They charge with they charge for the front row. It was very smooth for a 15-hour flight.
508 surface to must be disconnected from in-seat power during taxi takeoff.
I am really fascinated by the fact that this flight has an upper deck, and the stairs that lead to the upper deck was just close to me. I will show you a glimpse of the stairs, what it looks like in the later half of the video. Just after the last passenger was in, the gates were closed and we are ready for pushback. So I'll talk to you after the takeoff. So hope you enjoy the takeoff. Shortly after the takeoff and the flight was level, the crew came and they had asked everyone to close the window on board. I'm not really sure as to why they actually do that. It annoyed me a little bit because I could not enjoy the beautiful sunrise that was on the way, and also the outside world. So this was the last glimpse that I had actually about obtained about the outside world until close to landing. After the flight was level, it was time for me to enjoy some entertainment on board. As I was in the front row seat, the only disadvantage that I saw was the TV screen has to be stored for takeoff and landing. Uh, so with that being said, just after takeoff, I opened the in-flight entertainment screen. Dinner was then served on board, which had which had varied option. But personally, I just went for a Hindu meal. It was then time for some loo review. The loo in the flight was very good, and it had some amenities such as. After a while, it was time for some midnight sandwich. Sleeping for a while on board, it was time for some breakfast again. For breakfast, I had some parathas and some curries, which was under Hindu meal. I then thought of having a look around the cabin, and just went for a walk around of the cabin and see how it looks like. The stairs that lead up to the upstairs of the aircraft can also be seen here. Just close to landing, probably around 1 hour of landing, all the windows were open, and it was time. It was time for us to enjoy some beautiful scenic views of Australia and the New South Wales in general. So because it was about to rain recently, the views were a bit too cloudy to watch, but apparently I just enjoyed it. So, how was my flight? Personally, I guess the flight was perfect. The crew were too lovely and helpful. The meals on board were good and delicious, and they were served in adequate time. And ever since I have ordered an Hindu meal, uh, it was served beforehand. Um, the onboard facilities such as Wi-Fi was wonderful, and it had coverage throughout the flight. The other thing was the timing of the flight, which was perfect, and it had an evening landing into Sydney, and it landed on a quiet time in Sydney, so it was perfect. All in all, I will recommend this flight to anyone. Anyone, and it was a very wonderful flight. I will give it a 5-star service. I totally enjoyed Qatar Airways.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sydney. The local time here is 6:40 in the evening. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has completely stopped and the seatbelt sign is switched off.